Let me ask you something a little personal. Have you ever caught a faint smell on your sweater or scarf and thought, wait, is that me? It's not bad, just a little stale. A little old. And suddenly, you wonder if others notice it too. You're not the only one. A lot of us, especially as we move into our 60s, 70s, and beyond, start to notice small changes like that. Our skin changes, our body chemistry shifts, and yes, sometimes a quiet scent follows us that we didn't invite. In this video, I'm sharing 5 incredible perfumes that older women like you and me swear by. These are not trendy or loud, they're elegant, soft, and timeless. Each one helps replace that tired, musty scent with something fresh and graceful. Whether you're going to brunch, seeing the grandkids, or just sipping tea by the window, these fragrances are about feeling like yourself again. And stick around, because number 5 is something truly special. It's not your typical perfume, and yet, it might be the one that makes you feel the most you. Now, before we jump in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment below and share your city, I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips like these. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. 1. Chanel No. 5, The Timeless Confidence. Let's start with a fragrance that's more than just a scent, it's a feeling. Chanel No. 5. If you've ever heard someone mention it and thought, that's for women of the past, I'm here to tell you, it's not. Chanel No. 5 isn't old. It's eternal. And there's a big difference. This perfume has been around for over 100 years, not because it's outdated, but because it continues to work, year after year, woman after woman. What makes it so special for us as older women is how it carries a quiet strength. It doesn't shout. It doesn't chase trends. It just is. Steady. Beautiful. Sophisticated. Now, you might be wondering, why would I choose something so classic when there are so many modern perfumes out there? And the answer is simple, Chanel No. 5 works with your age, not against it. As we get older, our skin changes. Hormones shift. Natural oils reduce. These things affect how we smell, not just when we sweat, but even at rest. A compound called nanol starts to show up in our skin's chemistry, giving off that slightly waxy, musty scent that's often linked to aging. And it can cling to sweaters, scarves, and coats without us even knowing. But Chanel No. 5 contains something called aldehydes, light, airy molecules that help brighten the scent and actually neutralize those aging odors. That means it doesn't just smell lovely, it refreshes your presence. It blends with your skin and creates a glow that others can sense, even before you walk in the room. It's not just about the science, though. It's about how it makes you feel. When you wear Chanel No. 5, you feel more put together. More graceful. More you. One spritz on the wrist. One mist over your scarf. A touch in your lotion. That's all it takes. Whether you're 50 or 85, this fragrance doesn't cover your age, it celebrates it. It makes you feel like the woman you've become, strong, wise, and radiant. So if you've never given Chanel No. 5 a real try, maybe now's the time. It's not about smelling like your younger self. It's about discovering your most confident self, right here, right now. 2. Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede, gentle, fresh, and feminine. Now let's talk about a fragrance that feels like a quiet hug, the kind that stays with you long after the moment has passed. Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede is that kind of perfume. It's not loud. It doesn't try to be the center of attention. But somehow, it always leaves an impression. This scent is delicate, like stepping into a garden early in the morning, when the flowers have just opened and the air is calm. It begins with the bright, cheerful scent of peonies, not too sweet, just fresh and full of life. Right behind it, there's a soft note of blush suede, which is smooth and warm, like slipping into your favorite shawl on a chilly day. And then, there's a tiny sparkle of red apple, a touch of playfulness that brings a little youth back into the mix. What makes this fragrance so perfect for older women is how it behaves on mature skin. As we age, our skin doesn't hold perfume the way it used to. Some scents fade too quickly or become too sharp. But peony and blush suede is gentle. It sits close to your skin, not overpowering but comforting, like a scent that belongs to you naturally. This perfume is ideal for everyday wear. It's what I reach for on slow Sundays, trips to the farmer's market, or afternoons spent with a book and a warm drink. And the compliments? They always come. People often say I smell clean, soft, and lovely, like fresh laundry mixed with flowers. It's the kind of fragrance that makes others want to lean in just a little closer. What I love most is that it doesn't just hide any mustiness that might come with aging, it replaces it. It gives your skin a sense of brightness again. A lift. A lightness that says, yes, I'm still here, and I still feel beautiful. If you're someone who doesn't like heavy or overly floral scents, this one might surprise you. It's easy, feminine, kind. And sometimes, kindness is exactly what we need, especially when it comes from ourselves. 3. Clean Reserve Skin, soft, cozy, and so very you. Let's say you're not a fan of strong perfumes. Maybe heavy florals give you a headache, or powdery scents remind you too much of old-fashioned sprays. If you've ever wished for a fragrance that just smells clean, like your skin after a warm shower, then let me introduce you to something special, Clean Reserve Skin. This fragrance is simple, but in the best possible way. It doesn't try to smell like a flower shop or a dessert tray. Instead, it smells like you, just cleaner, warmer, and more comforting. Imagine stepping out of the shower, drying off with a soft towel, and slipping into your coziest robe. That's what Clean Reserve Skin smells like. It's peaceful, familiar, and very personal. The notes are gentle, tonka bean, a touch of salted praline, and a soft musk. Together, they create something warm, a little creamy, and barely sweet. Not sweet like candy, but sweet like closeness. Like the scent that lingers on your pillow or scarf. The kind of scent that makes people pause and say, "You smell so comforting." As we age, our skin changes in texture and oil levels. Sometimes that leads to a slightly musty or dry scent on clothes or skin, especially in cooler weather. But Clean Reserve Skin has a unique way of adapting to your body's heat. It blends right in, and instead of sitting on top of your skin, it becomes a part of you. One of my favorite things about it? It's hypoallergenic and made without all those harsh chemicals that can feel too strong, especially if you have allergies, asthma, or sensitive skin. That makes it perfect for daily wear, even if you're just going out for groceries or a walk. Just one small dab on your wrist or behind your ears, and suddenly, you carry a quiet freshness that lasts for hours. You don't need to announce yourself with perfume. Sometimes the most beautiful scent is the one that whispers. That's what Clean Reserve Skin does, it doesn't ask for attention. But it always makes people feel at ease around you. And maybe even a little more drawn to you. If you've never felt quite at home in most perfumes, this one might just feel like it was made for you. 4. La Vie Estate Belle by Lancôme, a gentle reminder that life is still beautiful. There are days when you wake up and everything feels a little heavier. Maybe your joints ache, maybe the house is too quiet, or maybe you look in the mirror and don't quite recognize the woman staring back. On days like that, you need more than a fragrance, you need a reminder. That's what La Vie Estate Belle by Lancôme gives you. The name itself means, life is beautiful, in French. And every time I spray it, I feel like I'm reminding myself of exactly that. No matter how many years I've lived, no matter how many changes my body has gone through, life still has joy. I still have joy. La Vie Estate Belle is a luminous, comforting perfume. It begins with soft, juicy notes of pear and blackcurrant, not the sticky sweet kind, but a fresh, fruity brightness that lifts your mood instantly. Then comes a warm heart of iris, jasmine, and orange blossom, a trio that smells like sunlight filtering through a window on a peaceful morning. And at the base, there's a cozy blend of vanilla, tonka bean, and praline that wraps around you like a cashmere blanket. What makes this fragrance so special for mature women is not just how it smells, it's how it feels. When you wear it, you don't feel invisible. You feel present. Seen. Beautiful. Even if your knees are creaky and your energy isn't what it used to be, this fragrance reminds you that you're still you. The version of you that lights up a room, not because you're trying, but because your spirit still shines. There's also a bit of science behind why it works so well. The vanilla and warm gourmand notes actually help neutralize something called nanol, the natural scent that can come with aging skin. So instead of smelling stale or dry, your scent becomes creamy, soft, and comforting. I remember wearing La Vie Estate Belle to my grandson's school play. He ran up to hug me and said, "Grandma, you smell like cake and flowers and something happy." And honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better compliment. If you ever need a boost, not just to smell nice, but to feel alive again, this is the perfume to reach for. It's a reminder that aging isn't about fading. It's about glowing in a different, deeper way. 5. Narciso Rodriguez for her, the whisper that turns heads. Now let's end with something a little different. A fragrance that doesn't sparkle or bloom like flowers. It doesn't try to be sweet or loud. Instead, it stays close. Intimate. Strong in the softest way. I'm talking about Narciso Rodriguez for her, a perfume that doesn't shout, but still somehow fills a room. This scent is for the woman who knows who she is. She's lived through joy and loss, beginnings and endings. She no longer needs approval. What she wants now is a fragrance that reflects her strength, not in a bold or flashy way, but in a calm, grounded presence. That's exactly what Narciso Rodriguez offers. At the heart of this perfume is musk, but not the kind you remember from the old days. This musk is modern, clean, and gentle. It blends into the skin instead of sitting on top of it. Around that soft musk are hints of rose, peach, and a little amber, all adding quiet warmth and softness. The result is something that feels less like perfume and more like a beautiful version of your own natural scent. What's amazing is how well this works with mature skin. As we age, our body chemistry changes, and not all perfumes behave the same. Citrusy or overly sweet fragrances can feel too sharp or fade too quickly. But musk? It lingers. It gets better with time. It grows with you. I first wore Narciso Rodriguez to a quiet dinner party with friends. Nothing fancy, just candlelight, a soft playlist, and people I've known for years. At one point, a man 2 seats away leaned over and said, "Pardon me, is that your perfume? I've been trying to figure out what that beautiful scent is all evening." I was 73, newly widowed, wearing my reading glasses and flats. But in that moment, I felt like a woman with secrets. A woman still full of stories and strength. That's the power of this fragrance. It doesn't try to cover you up. It draws people in. If you don't like anything too floral or sugary, if you're tired of scents that feel like they belong to someone younger, this might be the one for you. One spritz on your skin, not your clothes, and you'll feel it, like confidence settling quietly over your shoulders. Because sometimes, the most unforgettable presence, is the one that simply whispers. So there you have it, 5 beautiful, thoughtful perfumes that don't just make you smell good, they make you feel like yourself again. Not a version of you from 20 years ago. Not someone you're trying to become. Just you, as you are now, elegant, warm, confident, and fully alive. Getting older comes with all kinds of changes. Some are welcome. Some, not so much. But here's one thing I've learned, just because time is passing doesn't mean we're supposed to fade into the background. Not at all. You still deserve to feel lovely when you walk out the door. You still deserve compliments. You still deserve to feel fresh, radiant, and noticed. And the right scent can help with that. These perfumes aren't magic potions. They're tools. Gentle, beautiful tools that remind the world, and maybe even remind you, that your presence matters. That your beauty is still very real. And that your age? It's not a flaw. It's a feature. I hope at least one of these fragrances spoke to you today. Maybe you've worn one before and it brought back a memory. Or maybe you're feeling curious to try something new. Either way, I'd love to know. Which one are you most excited to explore, or already love? Please share it in the comments. It's always comforting to hear from other women on the same journey. And if this video made you feel seen, if it gave you even a small lift, go ahead and give it a like. Share it with a friend, a daughter, or even your favorite grandchild. And if you haven't already, I'd be honored if you subscribed for more simple, timeless tips to help you feel your best at any age. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. Remember, you are not invisible. You are still blooming, just in a quieter, richer, more graceful way. Until next time, stay well, and stay wonderfully you.